Hi, good evening, and welcome to the Beck Middle School, where this evening Cable Channel 18 presents the Beck Bobcats and the Carusi Mustangs in a game of boys soccer. Hi, I'm Mark Shankin. With me is Matt Leshner, and today we bring you a battle between two crosstown rivals, the Beck Bobcats and the Carusi Mustangs. Matt?
Well, it's the beginning of the season for most teams here in their league this year. It should be an interesting game. The weather conditions are ideal here today with 50-degree weather and beautiful sunny skies. The field is hard and firm, in beautiful shape it looks, painted and really great. This is great weather for the players, Mark.
Yes, meanwhile, for the Beck Bobcats, this is their third game of the year, or rather their fourth game of the year. They're coming in with a record of 2-1. They lost their opening game to Marlton and have come off two straight wins against Glenn's Landing and Charles W. Lewis. We'll be back for the start of this game between the Beck Bobcats and the Carusi Mustangs right after this.
Hey, Brian. So, listen, you want to get high? I got some great stuff.
No thanks, Mike. That junk's bad news.
Smart kid. He doesn't need that stuff. Nobody does. I'm McGruff, the crime dog. Now, watch these kids.
I'm bored. Why don't we get wasted?
Why don't you get real?
I've got a better idea. Why don't you get lost?
See that? It's happening everywhere. So, if anyone ever wants to turn you on, just turn them off. It's a great way to help take a bite out of crime.
Back here at Beck Middle School, the Beck team has taken the field, but we will wait patiently for the Carusi team. Unfortunately, I must warn the viewers at this point, we have not been given a lineup card by the Carusi team, and therefore we do not know who the players are. I will do my best to call the players by number, and although that will obviously not be enough, it's the best we can do, considering that we have no lineup and we really do not have any knowledge of who the players are at this point. So we'll do our best. Now, as Beck will be kicking off to Carusi, they line it up both ways, and Jay Stein in goal for Beck. And now you look at midfield as the Beck Bobcats will start it off, and they have kicked it off. Martin Jensen starts it up right here on the near side to Eddie Kemps. Kemps kicks it with the left foot, but it's intercepted by Carusi, and they bring it back to midfield. Carusi starts up the other way. Here's number 12. Boots it right up to the near right on the near side, but number 23 for the Beck team, Jeff Churkis, heads it right back to Carusi. Nice play by number 12 as he kicks it in, but the player falls down, and Churkis kicks it up right on the near side here, Jason Koenig. Koenig knocks it right into the middle of the field, and running after it there was Frankie Minion, but his pass was intercepted, and Carusi's fullback has it back and kicks it out to center field. Number 12 kicks it way high in the air, and now Churkis, as the ball skipped through, kicks it way up in the air. And apparently the wind is affecting the ball here, Matt, and as the ball kicks out of bounds, it's obvious that the weather conditions are going to play a factor in this game.
Yeah, it's basically the team that will be going into the wind is going to have a harder time than the team going with the wind. The wind is like a swerving wind going off to the side. That will be an aspect of the game, Mark.
Right now it's apparent that Carusi has the wind. Now here, Jason Koenig sets it up right here on the near side where he has Martin Jensen. Jensen kicks it up right onto the right side. Carusi can't get it out. He's double teamed. But over on the near side to number 19, and he puts it all the way out to center field. Number 40 for the Beck team, that would be Todd Block. He kicks it right back on the near side where it's taken by Martin Jensen. And as he sends it up here on the near side, does Carusi. Jeff Churkis intercepts, sends it back to center field. The ball is kicked right back to Churkis, but it's taken by Carusi. And he has a man open on the right side, and he's got him right there across the line, but he can't get his foot on it. It skips all the way through. Rich Spector over to get it for Beck. He kicks it up on the far side. But Carusi seems to be bigger and faster so far, and they're beating Beck to many balls.
They are. Carusi does have a rather taller team. I think that is going to be an advantage during this game, Mark.
Minion's pass across the field is intercepted by Carusi, and they kick it all the way over to the right side. Number 30, who's much bigger than the Beck player on that side for Carusi, gets it up on the near side to number 20. But a good play is the fullback read it on that side by Beck, and they get it up to center field. Carusi kicks it right back, and they seem to be controlling the action thus far. They get it over on the right side, number 29 for Carusi, starting on that right side. Way over there towards the line, and the ball is out of bounds.
Carusi coming in here with a great team. They are very tall and overpowering Beck so far. And they also really strong in the way they can chest the ball, take the ball right off their chest.
Bradley Gruber's throw in is nearly taken by number 12, the speedy forward for Carusi, but it goes to Jay Stein, the goalie, who with a powerful left foot kicks it all the way over on the far side and out of bounds.
Just received a roster from Carusi, for all you out there like to know. We'll now be calling everyone by their name.
Now Carusi with the ball, sends it up right on the near side, number 12. That would be Orlando Dule. He takes the pass, but Beck has intercepted. So far, Carusi continues to control the action. It's still in the Beck zone. Beck cannot get it out. Frankie Minion now with the ball. Looks up on the near side. Has a player. That would be number 12, Andrew Jensen. But Jensen's pass is intercepted by Carusi, and now Dule has it for Carusi. Gets across the fullbacks. Has a man on the near side. That's David Ulmer. Ulmer across the line, but a good defensive play there on the near side. That was by Jeff Churkis. And it's taken right out in front. Dulay's right there, shoots, and he put it right over the top of the net. And he had it right there, and I can't believe he missed it. At point-blank range, he couldn't put it in.
Carusi had their chances so far in the opening couple of minutes, but Beck also has played excellent defense, as you saw a couple minutes ago, getting that one kicked out of bounds. We have a corner kick, it looks like, coming in from the corner. Number 30 for Carusi will be taking it.
That would be... that would be Brock. Brock Atkins. The wind here is pretty fierce, and my lineup sheet has just gone flying across the field, but I've gotten it back. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, well, well.
Corner kick
Just
near
play-
side,
just-
left
just-
side, as number 30 boots it in. Mark?
Goes right out in front of the shot. It scores, and it's right there on a nice head ball. And Carusi's taken an early lead in the head there, taken by number 29. And that would be Mike Riley, as the corner kick was set up perfectly by Carusi, and they stick it in. Mike Riley scores the goal on the head ball, and a perfect corner kick from Brock Atkins to Mike Riley. And Carusi's taken a 1-0 lead very early in this game. So far, they've really been controlling the action, and finally, a quick head ball pays off.
Yeah, the ball has been with Carusi almost the whole game, dominating. I don't think Beck has really been on offense too much this game at all. Hopefully now they can get it together.
Now Beck, off the kickoff, taken right back by Carusi. And number 19 for the Carusi team, that would be Wasnitzer, sends it up, and that was a whistle from the other game behind us, so try to disregard it. There's a game hanging right behind us. That's the JV game between Beck and Carusi. So now as they play off, it's right on the near side. It's taken by Carusi. This would be number 8, Jacob Wilking. Wilking sends it up on the right side, but it gets across the Beck defense, but we have a whistle. And it's going to be a, what looks to be a direct kick for Carusi. And Wilking will be taking it from point-blank range.
Beck's
Beck
going to have
set-
to get the defense really up for this one.
Beck sets up a wall. Wilking, oh, has a man right up on the near side. That's Ulmer. He looks, cuts to the far side, but it's taken away nicely by Cherkis, and Cherkis sends it all the way over right in front of our bench. And Garrison for Carusi loses it, sent back to Beck, and this is Jensen. Jensen sends it right up on the near side, but the pass is intercepted nicely. Beck gets it back now, Jensen once more. That would be Martin Jensen. Sends it up on the near side where he has number 11. That's Jason Koenig. Koenig loses it to Carusi. Carusi sends it up right on the near side, but it's an ill-advised pass that gets lucky. That's Dulé. Dulé over the line. Tries a pass, and he had Omer right there, but it's intercepted nicely by Cherkis, who's playing very well back there at fullback. Cherkis gets it away and sends it right here on the near side where he has Wilking. Wilking looks. Tries to go on the outside, but it's a nice defensive play by Jensen, and it's out of bounds. It will be Carusi ball for throw-in by Wilking.
Both teams came here with a great number of players, and they have plenty of substitutions, so we should be seeing a lot of players out here active in this game today, as Britchko is in front of the net.
Britchko gives it up, but it's taken right back by Beck's Todd Block. And Block sends it up to midfield, out of danger, where Carusi will start again. And so far, Beck has yet to get an offensive threat. The ball nearly goes out of bounds, but a nice play by Carusi. He went off the back of number 29, Mike Riley. He didn't see it, so Beck can't get it out once more. They still can't get it out of the zone. Now Omer's right there, and a pass to Jensen is taken by Wilking for Carusi. Martin Jensen can't get past Wilking.
He's completely overpowered by that offensive man from Carusi.
Mike Riley sends it back to number 30. That would be Brad Atkins, or Brock Atkins, rather. Atkins looked for a pass, and he had Riley there, but he couldn't get it to him. So Wasnitzer sends it up, and Beck finally gets it out of their own zone. They get it across midfield. But Carusi takes it right back, and so far they are really controlling the play. As it goes out of bounds on the right side, it's going to be Beck's ball. Bradley Gruber will be throwing in for Beck, and we have a sub.
Really, with the time of possession down for offense, I really got to say Carusi has almost 90% of it, with Beck taking it across the half line, basically for a couple of moments.
Paul Walker, Mike Gendron, and one other player for Beck has come into the game at this point. We'll try to get that last player for you. Meanwhile, as the ball is kicked out of bounds out of Mike Britchko's way, and it's going to be Carusi's ball. Throw in for number 30, Brock Atkins. Atkins is big, and he's got an excellent throw. He's big, but he has an excellent throw, but it's intercepted by Beck. And that was Britchko sending it up on the far side where he had a man. That was Andrew Jensen. Jensen's pass was going on the far side, but it was intercepted by Carusi. The ball is kicked up, and the wind is just blowing it back. You can see how strong the wind is there, as the pass was really taken on a nice play and a good slide tackle, and I can't believe they're going to call the penalty there. They are going to call the trip on number 28 for Beck, and we do not have a name on who he is. So it will be Carusi's ball. Carusi has a direct kick, number 67. That's Garrison. But Garrison boots it right into the zone. But a good head ball there by Jensen sends it right back out to center.
Players he was booting it up to weren't even looking. They were running towards the goal, so they never even saw the ball coming up to him.
That's true. We have a whistle, and it's going to be a call. I'm not sure which way it's going to go. Apparently, it's against Beck. It is against Beck, I believe, and number 59 would be Mohedan. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's not exactly easy. Mohedan's kick goes right across the 18, sent inside the zone. They can't get a foot on it, can Carusi, so Beck boots it out to center. But one of these days, more of Carusi's opportunities is going to pay off. And now Carusi brings in 5 substitutes.
20, 29, 14, 30, and 23.
Well, 20 would be Slotkin. 29 is Riley. 23 is Rauer. And we'll see who else is coming off.
We'll catch him in the action.
Coming off is Orlando Dule, who had a number of opportunities there for Carusi. Now Carusi starts off again. As you look at the action to the far side, cutting right into the zone. But a nice defensive play is breaking up. Carusi can't get in the zone, and he falls on the ball. Number 40 for Beck, Todd Block, starts away with it and kicks it out of bounds. And pushing in there for Carusi, it looked like it was number 23, Rauer. And he really just powered into the zone, and none of the fullbacks for Beck could stop him. Carusi really outsized, or just much bigger. Yeah, it's obvious. So Beck now starts off on the other side. He's taken to the far side, a kick back, and now it's a centering pass, and it goes right across the 18. And Jensen finally does get it out of danger. But Carusi's halfback does a nice job. That was 67 Garrison to try to keep it in the zone. The pass goes across the field. Jensen can't get a foot on it for Beck, so Paul Walker does. But Carusi steals it away. This is Olshin. He still has the ball, but it's kicked out of bounds. And it looks like it's going to be a throw-in for Carusi. It is Carusi's ball. And action just continues over on the far side there. No clear definitive possession for either team, but now Carusi does seem to be able to start off with it. And the ball is kicked out of bounds on the far side, and it looks like it's going to be a Carusi throw-in once more.
Once again, Carusi has the ball down the Beck side.
The Mustangs get it into number 30. That was Atkins. Atkins looked to try to send it, but the ball went out of bounds, and it's going to be a 6 for Beck.
So far, it's 1-0 for you who've just tuned us in here on Cable 18. It's Beck Middle School. Beck versus Carusi in varsity soccer.
Early on in this game so far, it's Carusi 1, Beck nothing. And Beck is now taking the 6-yard kick. Intercepted by Carusi once more. They start right back up the right side. Across into the 18. Looks for a center. He's got a man right there. Shoots! And he missed it. Just right across the
front.
Right across the crease at number 29. That was Riley. And he had it right there, but Jay Stein seemed to cut off the angle well enough so that the shot would go past the net and out of danger's way, but Beck still can't get it out.
I have to say one word here against Carusi just for 30 seconds. They do have their opportunities out here, but they're not taking advantage of all of them. Maybe not everyone's aware or not in the right position at the right time or not looking the right way. I don't know what it is, but Beck is now getting the ball over onto the Carusi side, Mark.
That was Jason Koenig, but Koenig's pass is intercepted, and Carusi can't get it out as the clearing pass went right off one of his own players, and now Beck starts up the other way. Jason Koenig over on that side. Sends it up for Minion. Minion looks to try to send it, but he can't. Beck's still having trouble getting into the middle now. Finally, they do, and it goes right through, and he had a great chance. Now here's Jeremy Caber trying to line up a shot. Can't, so instead it's a pass, and it shoots, and it goes right over the top of the net. Oh, Beck really had an opportunity
But Beck's
there.
finally getting the ball down on the Carusi end, which is really great for Beck, finally getting the opportunity to play offense. I mean, I'm sure they're getting tired out there playing defense as some substitutions come in for Beck, Mark.
You'd have to consider that almost as the players come in, you'd have to consider that almost a blown opportunity for Beck there.
Yes, that was.
The ball went through 2 men for Beck at point-blank range, including Jeremy Caber.
Well, I have to say the wind took that also.
That's possible. The wind is rather strong, and now it goes right to the fullback on the near side for Beck. And Carusi steals, but it goes right into the hands of Jay Stein, the goaltender for Beck. And that's a lucky play for Beck as it went right to the fullback, and the forechecking of the forwards of Carusi almost proved to be fatal to Beck. Now it's a throw-in for Beck on the far side of the field, and whereas most of the action has been on the far side. And now Carusi starts up the other way. Powering through as the halfback on that side. Gets it to Riley for number 29. Riley for Carusi. His pass is intercepted. Sachs is knocked off brutally, and I can't believe there was no call there. And now Carusi starts up the other way. Pass sent by Slotkin was intercepted. And now Beck has it at midfield. But it's cranked back other way. Sachs for Beck, the fullback, chases.
As we can't see what's going on right now due to our spectating positions.
It appears to be out of bounds, as you can see. And Carusi is throwing in on that far side, as you can see, but we can't. And Carusi will be throwing in on that near side of the field. And the ball is taken. It's kicked right back out of bounds by Beck. That's number 52 for Beck. And we don't have a positive ID on him either.
And 30 is now re-entering the game for Carusi.
Oh, that's Atkins. Atkins, the big halfback.
Atkins is a powerhouse, definitely.
He was powering the ball back in to the Beck zone, and they couldn't get it out through much of the first part of this quarter.
Excellent game so far here, Beck. Where it's Carusi 1, Beck. All right, yes, Carusi 1, Beck nothing. Early in the first period.
They continue a scuffle over there for the ball in the far corner. And now Beck appears to have gained control. And now here comes Koenig. Koenig looking for room. Stops, and now he clears some room for himself. And he has a man, it's Minion, but he doesn't give it to him. Instead, he moves out of the ball and kick it around the defense. That's a great defensive play there by Lazar.
Yes.
Lazar for Carusi. And now Koenig isn't too happy, so he goes right back and gets the ball.
Koenig is coming back for revenge.
Yeah, well, Koenig is much faster than Lazar there, but Lazar really made a nice defensive play. You can't go through people. You got to go around him. Yes. Now this is Brandon Sachs, number 43, the fullback for the Beck team. His pass is intercepted by Atkins, sent to Riley, but Riley's pass looking for number 30 on that Carusi team. Actually, there's two number 30s. There's two number 30s.
Oh. We're sorry if we called someone the wrong number. I mean, wrong name due to their number. Huh.
Well, there's two number 30s. Well,
Wow.
we'll just have to figure that out. Well, anyway.
Number 30 is
enough
a powerhouse.
Enough of the right. Enough of the technicalities. There's a 6-yard line kick for Beck. And it's knocked up on the far side of the field, as you can see. Most of the action taking place on the far side of the field. I'm not sure what that's attributed to. But might have something to do with the wind.
But for us, that's great, considering our cameras are ideal for the far side of the field.
Okay, and the ball is kicked out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw-in for Beck. Beck tosses the ball in, but it's intercepted nicely by Carusi. But it's taken back by Beck, but Carusi steals. That's Woznitzer. Woznitser's pass goes far and out of bounds. It's going to be a 6.
We're going to take a pause in the action. We'll be back. Action has started back here at Beck Middle School, where it's 1-0 Carusi over Beck Varsity Soccer. Mark Schenken, I'm Matt Leshner. Mark, take it over.
Okay, Beck now moved the ball to the field, and they've got a break. It's number 39 for Beck. That's Ed Kemps. Kemps over the line, drops a pass where he has Koenig. Koenig on the far side, and apparently there's a whistle. Oh, there's a whistle behind us. Now it's sent right into the middle of the field. But the ball is kicked out by Carusi, and now they'll have a start.
Here comes Beck on the attack.
Oh, Carusi now steals. It's taken back by Minion. Minion with the left foot over on the near side. Has a man, that's Jensen. Jensen says it in the middle. Has it, but Carusi's fullbacks are all over the place, and they're surrounded by nothing but white shirts, and Beck can't get anything started.
That's a rather good defense played by both games, and goaltending is looking great by both teams so far, Mark.
It's looking to be a corner kick now, and the goaltending is going to have to come up big for Carusi. Remember, the Carusi's goal was scored earlier on a corner kick.
Corner kick, yes.
So we're just going to have to see if Beck can turn the tide.
It's right now
Corner kick
minds
set
of
right
Beck.
in the middle, and it's shot by Caber. Oh, and a nice save by the goalie.
Good save, yes. They didn't want that to happen again, Mark.
The shot is saved, and now it's kicked out nicely, but Beck kicks it right back in. The halfback seemed to be picking up the slack for Beck, but Carusi tries to get it out, and they can't.
Oh.
Nice defensive play by number 53 there. That's David Altamirano. And I'm not sure which way the call's going to go. It's going against Carusi. The kick is taken up by Beck, but Carusi intercepts. Altamirano over here on the near side. Can't get it past the Carusi player, but it's out of bounds off him. It's going to be a throw-in for Beck.
Beck having some substitutions in the game so far in the second half, starting new starters. Heather Henry just kicked the ball. She's new into the game.
And Carusi punts it over. Right in front of the near side. Altamirano can't get control, so Carusi starts up the other way. That's number 10, Peters. Peters sends it up to the middle of the field, but it's taken by Brandon Sachs for Beck. And he booms it all the way up onto the far side of the field. Taken by Beck. That's Jason Koenig. Koenig sends it for Minion. Minion has a pass right there. He has Jensen. Jensen's right inside the 6. And it looks to be a call against Carusi. And Andrew Jensen set up right there in the middle. A nice pass by Frankie Minion. And it looks going to be a penalty shot? No. Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, really?
Let's go. Hey, you gotta trust me.
1-on-1.
You got to trust me. It's going to be a penalty shot.
The goalie has the heat on him.
Andrew Jensen. It's just him and the goalie. No rebounds.
This is for the glory.
He prepares. Ref giving some instructions to the goaltender.
Yes, basically, don't kill yourself going after it.
Tense moment. 1-0 Carusi.
This could tie the game.
Andrew Jensen, number 12 for Beck, sets the ball.
See if the wind has a factor in this.
Now he's just shooting for the goal, Matt. It's just a goal. He's ready. He shoots. And a shot right at the goalie. I can't believe he shot it right at the goalie.
And it was a grounder. He should have had the ball in the air, really, but it was still a good attempt.
That's about the easiest save that goalie could have wished for, and I'm sorry to say that Andrew Jensen probably blew it there.
Beck is not taking full advantage of all the opportunities that are coming to them in this game. That is basically why it's 1-0 Carusi.
Carusi throws it in.
Oh! Good
And
sound effects right in front of us.
It's still in bounds as Peters heads it right behind his head. And it's sent up to Carusi, and they've got a slight break, but good back-checking by the fullbacks as it's sent way back to Jay Stein purposely by the defense on that side. That's David Altamirano doing a good job, and Jay with a big left foot kicks it, but it's intercepted by Carusi. But Frankie Minion off the chest, one of the Carusi players, sends it up right on the near side where he has a man. That's number 39, Ed Kemps. Kemp's play is intercepted, and it's taken by Carusi back on the near side to Jensen. Jensen bangs it up on the far side. Has a man. That's Kemps. Kemps on the left side. Has Jensen. Andrew Jensen looks. Tries to get around his man. Can't. He's double-teamed. Can't get into the middle. And great defense by the Carusi players there as they had every player double-teamed on that side. And Beck can't get anything started inside the 18 because of it.
That is right. I mean, it's Carusi playing an excellent game of defense and an excellent game of offense. I mean, it's a well-rounded team. Char Hill are known for their teams.
It's going to be a corner kick for Beck on that near side of the field. As you can see them setting it up right there. The kick is kind of short. And Carusi apparently has gotten it out of bounds. Yes, they have gotten it out of danger.
Yes.
Altamirano kicks it over on the near side.
Playing down the sidelines.
And it's sent back, and now Carusi has an outlet, and they can get it all the way out of bounds. That's Wasnitzer, and his pass is boomed right back in by Beck. Beck kicking it for the middle of the field, but it goes instead right out of bounds. It's going to be a 6-yard line kick for for Carusi. And the Mustangs are now watching Beck substitute almost their entire field. As you look at the goaltender there.
Looks like the starting team's coming now back out for Beck as second period is rounding to time down.
Now the fullback on that far side. He'll be taking a 6. You can see how Beck has set up the defense. 6 is cranked right out of bounds.
Out of bounds, yeah. Carusi touched it last. Inbound looks like we got Beck. Yes, it is.
The throw-in is taken by number 48, Paul Walker, but it's headed right back out of bounds. And apparently we have an injury here for Beck, and I'm not sure who it is. It's 11. It's Jason Koenig. I'm not sure what the problem is. We'll update you on that. Now Carusi back the other way. Frame mark. Loses control of the ball, but now gets it back. Sends it over on the far side, but it's intercepted. And now Britchko couldn't get his foot on the ball, so it's taken by Carusi. And that's Lee. His pass is cranked back by Cherkis. Cherkis up, has a man. That's Martin Jensen. Jensen sends it over to the middle of the 18. It's headed back out. Britchko gets control of it for Beck. Moves to the left side. Tries to kick it up, but it's intercepted nicely there on the near side by number 30. And that's probably Brock Atkins, but I can't be sure because there's 2 number 30s on Carusi.
Yes.
Well, now here's Carusi. Right there is Fraymark. Fraymark up the center of the field. Has a man, and they kick it, and if they can if they can win the race, they won't because Cherkis is all the way back, and he made a fine play there. And Jeff Cherkis, the bulky fullback, sends it back to Jay Stein, who cranks
nice punt.
it. Yeah, it was a nice punt. Now Beck, looking for control. Britchko bangs it into the zone, but there's only one man there, and that's a Carusi player. He heads it over the near side to Atkins, I hope. Atkins, one of the number 30s for Carusi. Works his way, splits the defense nicely, and has a man up here. That's going to be Peters. Peters has only one man to beat, and he can get him. He's trying to get around number 40. That's Todd Block, but Todd Block does a good job for Beck. And it's sent out of bounds, and now Carusi's doing some wholesale changes. And we'll just have to see if the changes have any effect. Right now, it's 1-0 Carusi midway through the second quarter. As Carusi inbounds, they have a man there. It's number 29. He's got him. That's Wiley. Wiley looks to center it, and it's taken. Oh, and it went right off the hands of Jay Stein. Number 12 there was Dulé, and Dulé pressuring Jay Stein into almost giving up the ball. Stein held tough. It's going to be a 6 for Beck.
Some things to look forward to coming up. We have a Beck versus Carusi field hockey game. We'll have the debut of myself doing play-by-play. That should be an interesting one. And also East versus West Varsity Soccer, where Mark Shakin and I will be getting together next week. Also coming up on Cable 18.
Now number 12 for Beck. That would be Andrew Jensen. Jensen, who missed that penalty kick before, Misses the pass up to the Beck on the near side, and it's taken by Carusi. Can't get in control of the ball, but that's Rauer finally gaining control. Sends it over on the far side, but nice play back-checking there by Martin Jensen. Sends it back for Britchko, but Britchko's pass is cranked up by Carusi. And Beck now is having some more trouble getting past the halfbacks and the fullbacks and not getting any penetration inside the zone. Now that's Dulé. Dulé heading it up on the ball, and even though he was shorter, he was able to get it up to his man on the near side. That would be Wilking. And although Wilking is kicked out of bounds, it's going to be a throw-in for
Carusi.
Carusi. That's what I was going to say. You know, I was getting around to saying that.
I was just coming out of his mouth.
Well, you know. Carusi on the far side of the field will be taking the throw-in. It's sent right in the middle of the field, and there's nothing but yellow shirts there for Beck. And number 40 on that side, Todd Block, cranks it all the way up. He's got a man there. That's number 3, Gino DiFilippi. But he can't get the control of the ball, so it's sent right over his head. But it will be Beck ball once again. A throw-in for Martin Jensen. Jensen sends it up for DiFilippi. But he is knocked out of bounds once more, and it's going to be another throw-in for Beck. And slowly but surely, they're moving the ball up the field, gaining ground, getting closer. Martin Jensen throwing it again. Has a man there. That's Britchko. Britchko can't get around his man, but it's sent instead by DiFilippi. But we have a whistle, and it's going to go against Beck. It's going to have a Carusi kick.
The majority of this game has been played on the sidelines, Mark. Maybe the fact to do with the wind or something, but...
No, I doubt that. I just think that it's very difficult to establish open field play.
Correct, yeah.
For two teams that have such strong halfbacks and defenses.
Which is giving a lot of throw-ins in this game.
Right. So anyway, Carusi starts up the field. And a cross pass over on the near side looking for Rauer is taken by Rauer off his head. Loses control of the ball, now tries to get it back. But instead it's taken by Britchko for Beck. And it's sent up on the far side. Had a man there, did number 48 for Beck, and that was Paul Walker. And Walker's pass was intercepted and taken back by Carusi. Dulay's pass was intercepted by Beck, and now the play has gotten a little bit more ragged, and there hasn't been any established play yet. Now as Beck tries to establish something in the 18, he's surrounded by 4 men, and Dulay, obviously he was all over Mike Britchko there, and it's going to be a kick for Beck, and Dulay probably didn't have to take that penalty, so now Beck with a big kick, and from 35 yards away, it was a crank.
Had the distance and it had the accuracy, but great goaltending there.
That actually wasn't such a difficult save. But
it was a difficult save, but it was a good kick.
Well, Todd Block had something on that one, I'll tell you. Now Beck coming back the other way. This is number 12. That's Andrew Jensen. Sends it right for the middle. He has a man right there, but it's a Carusi player. Now back to Britchko. But his play is intercepted and sent back nicely by Carusi, and the fullbacks did a good job there for Carusi, preventing Beck from getting anything started inside the 6. Now Beck looking for some more action inside. There's obviously more white shirts there than yellow shirts. But Britchko tries to start it again. Britchko at the halfback. Looks to try to send it in the middle there. Has a man there. That's number 33, Mike Gendron. Gendron's play is taken by Carusi, and it's sent right back up for Dulé. Dulay's play is intercepted beautifully by Todd Block because he got the foot in there. And now Block over the help of Paul Walker. Block works it all the way. Beck has it, but it's taken, and we have a whistle.
As time wraps down, I'd like to thank Mr. John Scarinci, our cable TV advisor here at Beck Middle School. We're doing such a great, fine game with our new equipment this year. We're doing a really great job. Thanks a lot, Mark.
Okay, number 23 for Carusi was called for the penalty. That's David Rauer. So it's going to be a kick for Beck. And now Todd Block, who had a tremendous shot before, is going to try one more time. He cranks it from 40 yards away, goes right into the 6, but it's taken by the goaltender, and actually it wasn't as dangerous as it looked. As Beck now has it back in the 50. They send it over on the far side, but Carusi seems to be surrounding the ball. They really are playing excellent team defense. It's obvious they know how to play team defense. Block for Beck. His play is intercepted by Dulé. Dulé with some good hustle. Gets it over on the near side. Has a man there. That's Riley. Riley's play is intercepted by Block for Beck, but it's taken back instead by Welsnitzer. He has a play up there for Riley, but Beck kicks it back, and still no clear possession for either team. And now Dulé for Carusi had a man there, and that was Riley, but he couldn't get it to him on a nice little chip pass. So Beck starts back the other way. Mike Britchko, Brian's his brother. Mike Britchko starts back the other way, but it's intercepted by Carusi. And now here they come, over across midfield. Strong pass, looking at a man Riley there, but good defense by Beck. Sends it back the other way. This is Jensen. Jensen, clear, nice pass over the near side to Mike Gendron. Gendron across the left side, moves into the 18. Over on the far side of the field. Now gets it right back, but it's kicked out of bounds, and it looks to be off the Beck player. We'll see what the call is.
As Beck makes many substitutions right now, Mark.
It's going to be a Beck throw-in on the near side of the field, about 35 yards from the goal. And now it's sent in. Frankie Minion, number 14 for Beck, sends it back to number 37 for Beck. That would be Bradley Gruber. Gruber's kick is taken out by Carusi, and they start back up the other way. Powering the ball on the other side to David Ulmer, but instead of hitting Ulmer, it hit the sidelines, and it's going to be out of bounds, a throw-in for Beck. Temperatures are cooling here at Beck Middle School. It's the wind chill factor is
Mighty chilly.
mighty chilly, you might say. Not exactly great soccer weather, but as a soccer player myself, I played for 5 years, and
We're trying to get the ice
cold-
off our camera operator right now.
cold weather is the basis of a good soccer player. So we'll see how the players can deal with the conditions. You basically play soccer in anything, so we'll see how well they do. Right. We're getting some complaints here from our cameraman, who doesn't seem to enjoy it. But of course, the play-by-play announcer and the color announcer had to sit back here and bear it themselves. Of course, no complaints from us because we're tough guys.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's only because Mr. Scarinci has all the money that we let him say what he says. Carusi the other way tries to get it into the zone, but Beck playing nicely. Now Beck tries to work it into the zone. They do get it in, but Carusi can't get it out. Bad clearance pass. Taken by Jensens. He's got to play if he wants it. Tries the center. But instead, it looks to be out of bounds. Yeah, it's out of bounds. It's going to be a 6-yard line kick for Carusi. As the first half seems to be winding down here, the JV game's first half is ended. Last update we had was 1-0 Carusi. That was the end of the first quarter. We'll get an update for you at halftime. Now the 6-yard line kick taken by Carusi. That's Riley. Or rather, that's Wasnitzer. Taken back by Beck, and a long, high spinning kick is taken by Frankie Minion, who hands it up on the near side. Has a man there, that's Bradley Gruber. Gruber sends it into the 18. Has a man there, but Carusi can't get it out. Nice play. Sends it and a weak little shot taken by 56, and now he gets a rebound and takes a good shot and a save. And that was nice, power shooting there by Beck. Well, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
Now it's sent right back inside the 6 again, but it rolls out of bounds innocently. And that was Jason Koenig there, who was there for the shot, but he just couldn't get himself on it. And it's going to be kicked out by Carusi as the first half winds down. The fullback as they
And
sub.
that is it.
And as we predicted, the first half did come to an end. So
To summarize, it's 1-0 here. Carusi over Beck. We'll be right back after a short few seconds. Stay with us.
I'm here with the top 3 Carusi players playing today. Here's Greg Peck, who scored the goal, Brock Atkins, who made the beautiful assist, and Chris Ergood, who's been playing superb goalie. After the first half, they're up 1-0. Can you tell us about that goal?
It was my corner kick.
It was right there, so I just headed it in.
Pete, have they put a lot of pressure on you?
Not really, nah. Well, the second quarter, really, they had a penalty shot, and it was a really good shot.
So you hope to keep up with the good game?
Yeah.
And that's all we have to talk about, so they're up 1-0, so keep on going, Carusi Musser.
back here at Beck Middle School, we're ready to start the second half of play between the Beck Bobcats and the Carusi Mustangs. The score, Carusi 1, Beck nothing. As we have gotten underway here in the second half, Jason Koenig, who was hurt before, apparently hurt his ankle, back in the lineup for Beck. And he comes back the other way now. This is Beck with the ball. Over on the far side of the field. They look to try to center, but it's out of bounds, and it's going to be a Beck throw-in.
A very chilly afternoon here. I think it's about the 10th time we said it, but
Apparently, Beck has changed goalies.
yes. See if we can get an update on that momentarily.
Mike Baskis is now in goal for Beck. And
Looks the same down in their career.
looks to be the same for Carusi.
Yes.
Now Mike Britchko looks to try to center. Had a man there, but it's intercepted nicely by the huge fullbacks of Carusi. And boy, they are much bigger than Beck's forwards. Now Carusi comes back up the other way. Had a man there. That was Riley. But Riley's kick goes out of bounds, and it's going to be off Beck. It's Carusi's ball. Right, it's Carusi's ball.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Carusi's ball after 3 periods, Mark. Good observation.
Boy, it's confusing sometimes, you know? Everybody's got a comment.
Oh, it's
Play is on at center field. And we have a whistle, and I'm not sure.
what the call is. I'm not too fluent with the sign language of soccer.
Okay, it's going to be a kick for Beck, apparently, as the call is. And, or actually, it's going to be a kick for Carusi. Now Carusi bangs it up on the far side of the field. He's taken by the fullback for Beck. And he sends it up on the far side of the field over for Britsko, but instead it's intercepted by Carusi, and he's got a man there right through. He goes to shoot, and he gets it in net. David Elmer, sweet.
Basically, he went right by the goalie with his speed, blew the Beck defense down.
And the referee is going to verify that as a goal. The Beck coach apparently not agreeing with the call. He said he was offside. I'd have to think he was onside, though, and it was a nice play as Mike Baskis just couldn't get there in time, and it went right over his head. A nice little dink shot, and it goes for a goal.
The
And
goalie didn't have a chance, really, of getting that one because he went out past for the ball.
So it's 2-0. And Beck's going to have to try to come back, and although their offense has been pretty much shut down so far, they're going to have to see what they can do. Now Carusi at center field, taken back by Beck for Britsko. Has a man there, gets it through, but instead Carusi, with the fullbacks, Beck just can't penetrate. I can't say it enough. Now Dulé. Dulé has a man on the left side. He's over, and he's offside once again, and I think that's what the Beck coach is complaining about. That would be number 2, David Elmer, who scored the last goal, and number 59 for Beck, the fullback.
The referee and the coach from Beck are having a conversation, yelling between each other right now.
It's more than a conversation. Now out of the net is Baskis, and Baskis got knocked up, but he got knocked over. But the ball is out of bounds, out of danger, and I'm surprised Baskis came out so far, at least 20 yards. Now the throw-in is a good long one. Dulé fighting for it for Carusi. Finally gets the ball, settles it, moves around, cuts to the middle, tries to get by the Beck fullbacks, but can't. Now retains control once again, gets it back to Atkins. Atkins sends it into the middle, but it's taken nicely by Baskis, who gets his hands on it, and he punts it out. It's a short punt, but it is taken by Beck. Up on the far side, that was Henry, but she couldn't get her foot on the ball, and now it's taken back by Carusi. Once again, the halfbacks taking control. Now this is Riley. Riley looks to center, has Dulé, but he can't get his foot on the ball, and it's taken back by Martin Jensen. Jensen sends it up straight away in the middle of the field, but Carusi retains control once again. Now Britsko for Beck. Kicks it in the air, taken back by Andrew Jensen. Jensen sends it to the middle, but instead it's taken away by Carusi. Carusi had a man there, and a nice pass looking for David Elmer was intercepted smartly by Brandon Sachs. Sachs's pass is ill-advised, though. It's taken away beautifully by Carusi. But they can't seem to get anything started, so Beck tries it back the other way. Each team looking to try to see if they can force an error on the other team. But Carusi and Beck are playing solid. But Carusi a little bit more solid, you have to say, up 2-0 here in the third quarter.
I just talked to Coach Gilbert and Coach Neesner, and basically the problem that they are arguing with the ref is the offsides. They don't think it's being called enough and being enforced strictly in this game, Mark.
It looked to be like there was a possible offsides on that goal there by Elmer, but apparently the ref was emphatic that he was definitely onside and that it definitely was a goal. They were complaining later in the game, though, that Elmer was offside once again. But the ref is definitely on top of the play. I mean, he was standing right there. He had to see it, so we'll have to trust what he says. Now as Carusi throws it in, and apparently they're calling an illegal throw-in. The throw was done illegally, and now Beck will have a toss. That one is definitely illegal. It's taken by Andrew Jensen on the far side of the field. Jensen looking to try to center. He can't, so it's taken away nicely by the Carusi fullback, spins away from the defense, and works it, but it's taken away by the fullbacks, or rather by halfbacks for Beck, and now it's sent back to Beck once again. Looking to center, has a man there. Actually, that's a woman. And the ball is taken by the Beck goaltender, or rather by the Carusi goaltender, as he got his foot on it before Beck could. Now here comes Beck back the other way. That's Martin Jensen. Jensen has the ball, looks to try to center, and he had a man there, but instead he tried to pass, and I think he probably had a clear lane to the goal. He tried to take a shot, but instead he passed, I'm surprised. So Carusi gets it back out. Sends it back in the zone for Beck. The fullback loses it, but sends it right off of Riley there for Carusi. It's going to be a Beck kick, a Beck throw-in. And on the far side of the field, that's Brock. Tosses it.
As it rolls out of bounds again. Beck is definitely playing a better offensive game this period so far.
This is Block throwing it again for Beck. Good toss off the head of Jensen, and it goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Carusi throwing on the far side of the field. Most of the action, once again, taking place on the far side of the field.
And both teams are having a little bit of problem with the throw-ins so far. Basically just hitting other kids and doing illegal throw-ins. Substitutions coming in for Carusi right now.
That's number 26, who is not listed. Well, hey, what can we tell you?
Except welcome to the game.
Right, welcome to the game, and welcome to the program. We're here on Cable Channel 18. That's free public schools television on Cable Channel 18. Cherry Hill, New Jersey. It's Beck versus Carusi in a soccer matchup. Carusi so far here in the middle of the third quarter, up by a score of 2-0. A goal by David Ulmer here in this quarter on a controversial play has sent Carusi up by 2. Now Beck playing with on the far side of the field. Has a man there, that's Jensen, as he gets right through his feet. And Andrew Jensen now looking to try to get his feet on the ball, but kicks it out of bounds, and it's going to be a Carusi throw-in. Number 59, who is Mohudin. Hope I'm pronouncing that one right. It's a tough name.
Yeah.
Tough.
Really.
Yeah.
Basically,
yeah.
those simple errors, too, that's putting Beck down.
Like what?
Like letting the ball go through the legs and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Hey.
Hey.
We're pretty informal here. This is a rough game. Okay, Mike Britchko sends it right into the middle of the zone. Had a man there in the middle. Taken by Beck. Good play there by number 39. That's Eddie Kemps. Looks for a drive, and he shot it over the top of the net, and he had it.
We saw a shot like that earlier today in the game, and it went the same direction over to the net with that height, too. I'm kind of wanting to question right now if the wind is doing that.
No, the wind did play a slight factor, but the wind is not anywhere near as strong as it was in the game, and now as Beck makes wholesale changes, you can see 6 players coming off, and, of course, 6 coming on. Kemp's shot was chipped to begin with, and because he chipped it, it looked like the wind played a slight role, but it looked like the chip itself caused the ball to spin and just kind of float over the net. But it looked like it had the range. If it was a little bit lower, it probably would have just floated right into the net. Now a good 6 toss is taken, a good 6-yard kick is taken by Carusi. And the halfback gets it up on the near side to Dulé. Dulé has a 3-on-3 working, but instead of kicking it to his man, he kicks it to Beck's man. Now Dulé loses control of the ball nicely to Todd Block. Block kicks it over in the middle of the field where Carusi sends it for a man. He has one there. That's number 26, and he couldn't get his feet on the ball. And a good defensive play coming back there by Cherkis. Prevented what could be a good shot to the goal. And it's going to be
inbound for Beck, I believe. Illegal procedure, illegal throw in. Beck throwing in on number 10.
Now here's Jason Koenig up the side of the field on the near side. Gets around his defender. Sends it up on the far side of the field where he has Mike Gendron. Gendron looking as he had a man there. That was Jensen. But stolen away by Beck right inside the 18. Looks and he had a man there. Oh, and he passed it to Carusi's man. I can't believe he did that. He had a man wide open, number 28 there for Beck. Who had made an ill-advised pass. But now Beck once again. Looks like they have more men inside the zone than Carusi. But Carusi with some good defense gets it out of danger. Now the halfback takes it, but Beck keeps it in nicely. This is Gendron once again. Has a man. Oh, and he goes right past Jensen, and Beck is not setting up well inside the zone. They have an opportunity to get a shot off here, but they haven't gotten one yet. Now they look to center. Taken by Carusi's fullbacks, and Carusi bangs it out of the zone. And I think Beck had an opportunity there that they just had to take full advantage of.
Yeah, I counted there when you were talking there, Mark. It was 8-on-7 in Beck's advantage.
I'm surprised they could not get a shot off there. Now Beck, back the other way on the far side of the field. This is Jensen. Jensen cuts away from his man and now looks to center. Gets a good, smart centering pass in there for Gendron. But Gendron loses control of the ball, sends it back outside for Beck. Looks to try to center again, number 28, now to Jason Koenig, to 28. But Carusi gets it out of the zone, and Beck cannot settle the ball for a shot in time. Now Todd Block. Dulé for Carusi. Cranks it all the way back into the zone and takes it way out of danger. Mike Baskey's the goaltender for Beck. Has it on the near side of the field and gets a decent punt off. Todd Block sets up for a head ball. Nicely done. Had it to Brian Britchko. Or Mike Britchko. I keep saying it's his brother's name. It's Mike Britchko. Mike. Now here's Jason Koenig. Koenig with the left foot. Good smart pass over for Gendron. Gendron can't get control of the ball as the 2 fullbacks much bigger for Carusi. Take it back. But now 37 with a drive. And a good save by Beck's, or rather by Carusi's goaltender. And it looked like that shot had a chance. But it
Cherkis.
But it's taken off right near us. And it's going to be a throw-in for Carusi. Carusi sends it for Dulé, and we have the end of the third quarter. So the end of 3 quarters. No. What's the call? The call
Throw in. I think basically the ref was trying to get some people's attention.
I don't know what the call was. It looked like he was calling the end of the quarter.
Oh, we're sorry, but it wasn't.
Miscommunication.
Still here in the third quarter.
Now Beck looking for control. This is Britchko. Britchko with a nice little dink pass over the head for Jason Koenig. Koenig can't get control of it, and he looks like he lost control. Now Carusi sends it up on the near side of the field. Cherkis right back the other way. Has a man here. This is Jensen, and Jensen kicks it right out of bounds, right into the Carusi bench. Looks like he clobbered some player in there.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how it goes. We have a substitution for Carusi. That's what the delay is. And now Carusi is throwing the ball in. Right to Cherkis for Beck. Dipsy Doodles with the ball and can't get full control, and now he gives it away. Has a man there, Dulé, now taken by 26. And Dulé has control, and now Cherkis, using his size and muscle, gets Dulé off the ball nicely. But Carusi intercepts. Has it for 26. Comes across the line, but taken by Beck and nicely cleared out of the zone there by Rich Spector.
Ooh.
But it goes back for Carusi. Jensen looking for control, but Carusi does a nice job. That's Jacob Wilking. The ball is sent back for Wilking again, but it goes off his chest. And it's taken back by Beck, taken back to Wilking, and the play is ragged. They're not setting us up. Now Dulé steals. He's 3 on 5 as he goes into the zone, falls, gets back up, retains control of the ball, does a good job to get over to his man there on the near side. But
now it's 2 on 5.
Now it's 3 on 5. There's a man over here.
30 just came back into it, yes.
Yeah, well, I think that Carusi at this point might just be playing defensive soccer. They're up by 2 goals. There's only about a quarter and a half to go. And Beck has not been able to get any kind of offensive threat throughout almost the entire game.
Yeah, basically, they just don't want to give their lead up.
That's
Which
pretty
is really
smart.
great coaching philosophy.
No, that's pretty smart soccer. It's not the philosophy, Matt. It's how well you can execute that philosophy. And Carusi's executing it very well because Beck cannot penetrate the fullbacks whatsoever. Now, once again, this is Rich Spector on the far side of the field. Kicks it with the left foot, and it's intercepted nicely by Carusi. That's Pete Wasnitzer. Wasnitzer heads the ball once again. And now it's a poor kickoff, but it's taken luckily by Carusi. And play is ragged at center field. And it's pounded through by Carusi's Atkins. And now Cherkis over on the far side of the field there. And we have more substitutions for Carusi's. It's going to be a throw-in on the far side of the field for Beck.
Just tuned in. It's 2-0 Carusi over Beck, Varsity Soccer Cable 18 at Cherry Hill Public Schools television station.
Now Carusi throwing in the ball on the far side of the field. Goes right past the Carusi man there, so it's taken by Todd Block, who pounds it up. And he's got a 3-on-2, but a nice defensive play using the head for the tall Carusi player there. And now Todd Block takes it back for Beck. Comes across the 50-yard line. Moves to the right side. Todd Block still with the ball. Tries a pass, but it's intercepted, and he passed it right to 2 Carusi players. I'm not sure where he was going there. But it's taken back by Beck, luckily, to Mike Britchko. Britchko on the far side of the field has Jensen. That's Andrew Jensen. Jensen drops a pass on the near side with number 37. That's Bradley Gruber. Gruber goes back to Jensen on the far side of the field. Looks to center, but a good defensive play by Carusi. Takes it, but Carusi loses it to Bradley Gruber, but then gets right back and pounds it off of Todd Block's head. Far side of the field. That's Carusi's number 11, but he loses control of it, and it's going to be Beck ball. Throwing it in. On the far side of the field, it's going to be Carusi. Apparently.
Carusi 30.
Yeah, I'm surprised that it looked like it went off a Carusi player there, but instead Carusi is throwing in. And Atkins over there, number 30, sends it up the field. And a smart play by Beck's defense over there to send it back to the goaltender, Mike Baskies. Baskies gets off a weak punt. And as he does, we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. So after 3 quarters, it's Carusi 2, Beck no score. We'll be back for the 4th quarter in just a moment. Back here at Beck Middle School, where Carusi is upsetting the home Becksters. It's 2-0 Carusi as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Mark Schenken with Matt Leschner. And although I don't go to this school anymore, it's tough to watch Beck lose. But you got to give Carusi credit.
Yes, you got to definitely give Carusi credit for playing such an excellent game. And Beck's not playing that bad of a game either, Mark.
Well, of course, Matt, you're a Beck alumni, too. Jeez. Everybody's biased. We can't be biased here. We have to give Carusi credit. Carusi is playing an excellent game, and their defense has been fantastic. And now they try to center back into the midfield, but it's taken back by Beck. But Carusi, much faster to the ball today. This is Atkins, number 30 for Carusi. Looks to center. Has it there, but the only person there is Mike Britchko. But it's taken back by Carusi once again, and Beck cannot get it out. I was talking to Jeff Cherkis, Beck's fullback, in between quarters, and he said to me that now that they have the wind, Beck is going to try to take advantage of the opportunity they have to try to come back here in the 4th quarter.
Definitely, Beck is looking for this to be their quarter.
And I hope it is for Beck's sake and for competitive sake, because
Yes.
right now Carusi is totally owning this game. Now Dulé on the far side of the field. And they're going to call the penalty on Dulé, and it's going to be Beck's ball, and they're going to have to try to get it started right here. They're going to have a free kick to get it upfield, and they do. But instead it's taken back by Carusi. Good head ball there by 19. That's Wasnitzer. It's taken now by Carusi once again, and now Wasnitzer sends it up on the far side of the field, has a man there. That's number 8, Wilking. Wilking loses control of the ball, and it goes out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw-in for Beck.
A lot of throw-ins in this game, Mark, and then again, a lot of action down on the far side. And Jason Kenning just got knocked down there in the left, Mark.
And it's going to be another throw-in for Beck on the far side of the field. Sending it up for Kennig, goes right behind him, so Carusi sends it right back up to midfield. Dulé is beaten to the ball by Beck, but instead now Carusi comes back the other way, sending it nicely back to Wasnitzer, and he has a man there. That's number 29. He's wide open. It's Wiley. Comes across the line, but great defense by Beck. Has it back again. It's taken by Dulé. Can't get control. Now Dulé tries for control again, but it kicks over to the far side, and great defense there by Beck. Now it's sent back into the middle there, and a far 25-yard kick is taken by the goaltender for Beck, and it's kicked out. Now it looks like they've switched goalies again. We'll have to get an update for you on who that goalie is. And now apparently that's Kemp's, or David Kemp's. Kemp's, the brother, I believe, of Eddie Kemp's.
That is true, Mark.
Yeah, it's David Kemp's who's in goal now for Beck. So Baskis leaves, plays 1 quarter, gives up 1 goal. And Jay Stein played 2 quarters, gave up 1 goal. And that's the story for you. It's Carusi 2, Beck nothing. Early in the 4th quarter of play now, as Beck has control. This is Kennig. Kennig starts to the middle, sends it over to Britchko, number 13. Britchko's pass, looking on the far side of the field, had a man there, but it was intercepted smartly by Carusi, who sends it back up to the back of the field. This is number 43 for Beck. That's Brandon Sachs. Sachs sends it up on the far side of the field, has 37. Bradley Gruber coming across the right side. Gruber speeding up the field, looks to center, had a man there. That's Kennig, but it went right past him. Too far was the lead pass. Now Kennig fights for control, gets control, looks to center, but it's sent right to Wasnitzer for Carusi. And Carusi is giving a clinic on team defense today. An absolute clinic.
Absolute. Really.
Absolute.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely. Okay. So as we watch Beck move toward the middle here once again, this is Frankie Minion. Sends it back to Britchko. Britchko with a strong left foot. Can't get it inside the 18. It's taken out by Wasnitzer, but Britchko gets control. Britchko, who's much smaller there, trying to mix it up with Carusi, but he just can't get control of it. So it's sent up by Dulé. Now to Wasnitzer. Has a man there. Goes up the far side of the field. Has a man. It looks to be a 2-on-1, now a 3-on-1 as they look to try to center, but it's taken smartly by David Kemps as the lead pass was too far by Carusi, and they had what looked to be a 3-on-1, possibly a 3-on-2, but they couldn't execute it well enough. And now Beck will retain control. This is Bradley Gruber. Sends it up on the far side of the field, but it's intercepted by Carusi. That's Garrison. Garrison for Carusi. Marching through the field, but it's taken away by Britchko. Britchko kicks it back to Carusi. And now Carusi kicks it right back to Beck. This is Brandon Sachs. Up on the near side of the field where he has Britchko. Britchko. Boom. And Britchko is nailed, and I'm not sure which way.
Britchko's coming out of this the worst out of anyone.
Britchko's hurt.
Rolling over.
And we'll have to see what the injury
See if our
is.
camera operator can get in a little closer on this.
The ref is there, and, well, that's about as much as we can do for you. Apparently, Mike Britchko injured as he was fell upon by the Carusi player, and I'm not sure which way the call is going to go. I think it's against Carusi. But
Probably.
Britchko looks to be rather stunned by this.
Well, we hope Britchko's in good shape because he's the lead AV person over here at Beck, and we need him.
Well, right now, that's not exactly what's on his mind. I think
No, not at all.
I think he's more concerned with...
In your picture right now, that gentleman bending over is in the blue is Coach Gilbert. He's the head coach of both grades. And the gentleman in the green jacket with the hat is Mr. Niesner, who is the head coach for the 8th grade team. Mark?
And apparently, Britchko is able to get up on his feet, and he will walk off on his own power.
Mike Britchko looks like he's okay. A little shaken up, but okay.
So we'll resume play here. I'm not positive which way the call is going to go. I had originally thought it was against Carusi. It was going to be a Beck kick, and I think that's what it is. Beck will be kicking a direct kick.
Yeah, 57 coming in for Beck for Britchko.
And that would be Aaron Gola. I know that's what we're going to have. We're going to have a drop ball. So the call is a drop ball, and it's taken by Frankie Minion for Beck, and he sends it up with the left foot on the near side, but it's taken away smartly by the fullback, and Beck starts back up the other way. Sends it up for number 48. That would be Paul Walker. Walker looking for control once again. Sent over on the near side by Beck. A smart pass over to Jensen. Jensen for Beck. Looks to the left side. Can't seem to get possession. So it's taken by Carusi and banged up on the near side. This is Gola. Gola intercepts the pass. Number 57 for Beck uses the big right foot to send it up to the middle, and he has 2 men there, but it's intercepted nicely by Carusi. And they now start up the other way, but it's intercepted nicely. Here comes Kemps over the line. Looks, and he had a shot, and he lost control of the ball. Now sends it on the near side of the field where he has Andrew Jensen. Jensen in the near corner. Looks for control. Now sends it back. Taken by Frankie Minion. Looks to center, but taken away nicely by Carusi. And who's going to win the battle for the race? It is
Carusi.
All right. Carusi wins the battle, and that would be Dulé. But it's taken back by Beck. Here comes Beck, but it's intercepted nicely by Carusi. And the huge fullback there, that's Atkins. He has total control there. And now Dulé across the line. Moves up, spins, works away from the defense. Sends it over on the left side nicely. He had a man there, that's Ulmer. Oh, and now you can see Carusi. They are playing 4 corners, and they're doing a good job in keeping Beck's feet off the ball. Now Frankie Minion. Stolen away by Dulé. Dulé, Dipsy Doodles, tries to get away from Minion. Does, moves to the left side, comes across to the 18. And Dulé doing a masterful job at keeping Beck off the ball and sends it back on the near side to Wasnitzer. Sends it over on the far side of the field to Ulmer. Ulmer centers for Dulé, but it's taken away beautifully on a nice defensive play by the fullback on that side. That was Beck. And now sending it up. Here comes Koenig. Koenig sends it on the near side. Has a man there, that's Kemps. Kemps in stride, but it's intercepted. Gorgeous and great defense there by Carusi. They got back. The halfbacks did the job. Now Kemps fights for control. Gets it. This is Koenig. Looks for a shot, but it's blocked off. Gets a rebound, and it is
over
the net. Close. And nearly the lead was cut in half, but instead it's still 2-0 Carusi.
Beck really needed that. They needed that bad. They needed to get their momentum going. They needed to also get closer into this game, as it is 2-0. Carusi over Beck. If you just joined us, Beck Middle School, where it's varsity soccer. Beck versus Carusi. Beck on their home court for this one, as the wind's beginning to pick up, Mark.
And time is running out on Beck, who does have the wind in their favor. Beck moving from our right to our left, and the wind is moving from our right to our left. Now Carusi in right. A good 6-yard kick is taken by Bradley Gruber, but instead Carusi comes away with the ball. They've got a man there breaking. That was number 20, and that was Slotkin, but instead it was intercepted smartly by the fullback on the near side for Beck. But Carusi still retains control of the ball. And a mini bicycle on the far side of the field. This is Chirkus working. Does a good job to get it away from the Carusi defenders, and now here's Bradley Gruber. Across the line, moves up on the right side. Looked to pass to Koenig, but instead it was blocked off the back of a Carusi player. But instead stolen away nicely by Jensen. Jensen's pass on the left side looked for his brother, Jensen. But instead it's taken by Bradley Gruber on the far side of the field. Looks, has a man there. That's Jensen. And now we have a whistle, and I'm not sure what the call is. And it's going to be a kick. It's going to be a call against Carusi, and Beck's going to have an indirect kick, or rather a direct kick. I'm not sure what the call is.
I'm not really sure.
All I know is it's definitely for Beck.
It's going to be indirect.
It's okay. It's indirect, and it's going to be taken. Now Frankie Minion looks for a drive, and he shoots it, and it's blocked off nicely. And he had a good chance at a shot there.
But Carusi had a good wall set up for that one, too, as they were waiting that one.
And the rebound is taken by Carusi, goaltender, and it's kicked out smartly on the far side of the field. And they fight for it. Bradley Gruber for Beck. But instead, Carusi, number 59, Mohidan, bangs it up for Carusi, but it's stolen away nicely. And smartly, here comes Beck back. Jason Koenig. Koenig looks for a pass in the middle, but it's taken away by Carusi. That's Rauer. And Rauer is doing a good job, and he's keeping it away. But Carusi the other way, and I don't seem to see if they can get retained, if they can keep the ball, but instead they do. Now they're looking for Slotkin over the line, but Beck does a good job with team defense to keep it away. And now this is Todd Block. Block gets it nicely up to Jensen. Has a man there. That's Koenig, I believe. Koenig over the line on the right side, looks for a drive, and it's blocked off. And a 25-yard shot, not that difficult for the goaltender to save. He probably should have looked to pass there. Now Todd Block for Beck after the punt. Fighting for it. But it says taken by Carusi. Over on the near side of the field, that's Riley. But Riley is taken off the ball, and now here comes back the other way in a long kick. Frankie Minion off the header. Taken back by Carusi. Now that's Bradley Gruber. Off his right foot. Has Jason Koenig. Centers up in the air. And Carusi with a nice head ball to get it out of the way. But Beck does a good job in running at the ball and then flipping over. It was number 48, Paul Walker, for Beck. And the call is going to go for Carusi as Walker flipped and flew and did all that other neat stuff. But it didn't do any good because it's going to be Carusi's ball as time is running out here in the fourth quarter.
If you remember, I was talking about time of possession earlier in the game. This quarter has to go to Beck, with Beck getting their act together now and keeping the ball on the Carusi end of the field with some more shots on goal than Carusi's had in this period. Really, Beck taking the advantage, but they still can't put him in.
It's a little bit too late now as the ball is kicked right in front of it, Kemp's, but it's taken by the Carusi goaltender. His punt is stolen away by Frankie Minion for Beck. Minion trying to work inside the zone. He's double teamed, but instead breaks away from the coverage nicely. Has a man there, looks for Jensen, but he can't get it to him. And Carusi knocks it out. Wasnich over on the near side. Has a man there. And he's getting around his man. That's number 20. That's Slotkin. Slotkin up the right side. Does a good job to get away from his man. Slotkin up the right side. Looks. But stops and the ball goes out of bounds. He's looking. Come on, he's looking. And apparently, as we hear in the background, Carusi has won the JV game. At last update, it was 2-0 at the start of the fourth quarter. And from what I'm looking over there in the JV game, it looks like they have won 2-0. But we'll get an update on that for you. Because at Cable 18, no story goes undetected. Now this is Todd Block. Block up the field for Beck. Slams through, and he's got a man there. He has a man if he can get it. It's Jensen. But the goaltender's going to beat him there, and Jensen ran 60 yards, and it didn't do him any good because the goalie got there first.
That's good for the exercise.
Yeah, well, here's Frankie Minion off his head. And it's kicked out of bounds by Carusi, and it looks like it's going to be a Beck throw-in.
Beck feels the importance. They feel the pressure. They know the heat is on. They know this is their time.
Late in the fourth quarter, now Carusi throws in. Back to Todd Block. Taken away by Slotkin for Carusi. Does a good job. A good job there by Gola. Keeps it away. And this is Carusi. This is Carusi's Lazar. And he'll be throwing it in. And as long as Matt Leshner, my partner in arms here, does not get involved in the game, we can get it finished. Matt over here trying for the ball. Geez, Matt, maybe you should have played soccer and not announced it. Now this is Todd Block. Cranks it up here on the far side of the field, looking for Beck. He was looking for Kemps, but instead it was taken away smartly by Mohidin. And he has played a very good game at halfback for Carusi. Relatively unnoticed, but Mohidin has been a force back there, and nobody's been able to get past him. So, Beck still looking for penetration. Frankie Minion, who has played a good quarter so far, but yet to get any goals in, still looking for control of the ball. This is number 9 for Carusi. That was Amber Kaftanik. Hope I'm pronouncing that one right. They're not easy. Back to Todd Block for Beck. Almost gives it away. If Slotkin can beat him to the ball, he's got a shot. But he can't, as Todd Block does a good job using his size, but instead it's taken away by Carusi. Lazar to Slotkin, right under the block of Todd Block. But Gola for Carusi, or rather for Beck, sends it up to Jensen. Far side of the field looking for Koenig. Koenig gets control of the ball, moves around his man on the right side. He's got to play if he wants it. And centers, has a man there, and it was Kemps. But instead it's taken off the head of Carusi. Now it's sent back in front of the net again, and he had Jensen, but it's blocked off nicely by Carusi. And Carusi starts back the other way. And here's Todd Block. Big 40-yard drive, but it's blocked over the head, and it's going to be a corner kick for Beck. And Todd Block's got a foot.
Beck's taking these last-minute panic shots. I think really to get their passing together and get the ball closer to the net where they can have the advantage. I think it might be better than taking these 40-yard shots. What do you think, Mark?
Hey, what do I look like, an expert? You're the color man.
Well, well, that is basically the opinion of Matt Leshner.
I'll tell you what my opinion is.
Go ahead, Mark.
Is a shot, and if you can get it on net, it's got a shot to go in. So why not
A
shoot?
shot is a shot, but a team is a team.
That's very profound, Matt.
And you should utilize all members of your team to get your shot off.
This is Slotkin the other way, but Todd Block does a good job getting back. Clobbers a man over here on the near side of the field, and it's going to be a throw-in for Carusi. Right over the near side to Slotkin, but instead of going to Slotkin, it goes to Todd Block. And Block has played an excellent game so far for Beck. His defense has gone relatively unnoticed, but he is mainly the reason why Carusi has not scored a few more goals this game.
As time winds down in this one.
It looks like it's going to be a throw-in on the side of the field, and a couple of subs.
We're in the latter part of the period. Beck versus Carusi. Carusi 2, Beck nothing. Fourth period, Cable 18.
Frankie Minion off the throw-in. Tries to get around his man, but can't. But it's going to be a Beck throw-in now. And all they need to do is just throw it in, and they do quickly, and time's wasting. Now here's Jensen. Sends it up for Minion. But beating to the ball nicely there, Mohidin does a good job, but Minion gets control of it. And instead of sending it to the man for his own team, he sends it right to Carusi. And Carusi's now got a 4-on-1 if they want it, but they blow it, and Jeff Cherkis does a good job to get it back. Now they're going to try once again. Once again, they have a 4-on-2. But Beck is doing a good job. The two fullbacks back there. Now Todd Block. Pushed off the ball there by Rauer, and it's going to go against Rauer, and it's going to be a kick for Todd Block. And Beck at about the 45 now. And Beck really better hurry.
Time is running out. This is their chance, like I've been saying all game.
Now Block cranks it over the far side of the field. Had Gruber, but got it right over his head. And I guess that's what happens when you're 4'9".
Yes. Beck has a real shorter team against Carusi. I think that's really hurting him, too.
Yeah, a bunch of the head balls have been taken by Carusi. And as we comment on the head balls, Carusi ends up ahead. The final score as the fourth quarter of play ends, Carusi 2, Beck nothing. We'll be back for some final comments and an interview right after this. Hey, I'm done.
McGruff here. If someone asks you to try drugs, think of me and say what I'd say. And to help you, have one of these masks.
Wow, thanks, McGruff.
Now, what are you gonna say if someone asks you to try drugs?
My mom and dad told me not to, and I wouldn't lie to them.
Sensational.
Don't use drugs. Don't use drugs.
Here's how you can get a free mask. And on the back are more ways to say no and help me take a bite out of crime.
Tell me what you thought of the game.
I thought that Brainerd played a very good game. I think that had we not had a couple of key players missing today, that probably would have given them a little more even contest.
I saw you guys discussing something with the referee in the second or third period. Is that something to do with offsides?
Yeah, we believe that number 2 was offsides.
That did cause a goal for Carusi, didn't it?
Yes, it did. But all things being equal, we could have put in a penalty shot. That wasn't a game decider.
Well, you still have one more game against Carusi, and I wish you luck. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm here with Mr. Klein, the coach of the Carusi championship team. How do you think the team played today?
Today was by far the best game we've played. We played all but about 5 minutes as a team. I was very impressed.
Well, do you think that the team could do better? I mean, they played against Beck, which is a very tough team, and they beat them. So do you think that this is the best they could play, or do you think they could do better?
Well, I'm sure we're going to have to do better when we get them back at our place, because this is a crosstown rivalry that's been going on for a long time, and I hope we can do it again.
Thank you. We have chosen Chris Martini, the star sweeper of the Carusi Mustangs, as our player of the game. Throughout the game, he saved the team by making beautiful stops on the offensive strategies. So how do you feel about this game, and will this help you through the rest of the year?
Well, yeah, because my feet have been hurting, so I couldn't kick it very good today or other games, but today I did a lot better.
All right, well, that's all we have time for. So I'm David Marika.
And I'm Jennifer Ayrton.
And this is Carusi News.
Thanks, guys. For Jennifer, Dave, Matt Leschner, I'm Mark Schenken, and for the rest of the Beck Cable 18 crew, good night. We'll see you next week.